Hello everyone, welcome to Court with Krissy. This defendant is here for his sentencing. And what do you think is worse? Getting jerked around while out on bond or having the judge tell you to get out of the courtroom? I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
All right, we're next taking up the case of People of the State of Michigan versus Weston Allen Grossman. This is file number 24-13986FH. Appearances, please.
Joanna Carey for the people.
Robert Hertel from Mr. Grossman, who joins me at the table, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court also recognizes before it this morning Mr. Stephen Saladay, an agent from the Department of Corrections, who has prepared today's pre-sentence investigation report. We are here today for sentencing on a plea that was taken and accepted on January 24th to a count of attempt assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder or strangulation. One moment. Okay, I did not make any notes. I know I reviewed it. Let's see if anybody had any corrections. Ms. Carey?
No corrections.
Mr. Hertel?
Just very small ones, Your Honor. On CFJ 284, page 1, on the second paragraph, where it says my client's 21 years old, he's 20 years old.
All right.
And where it says he denies paternity to any children, he actually does have a newborn son, just so the court's aware.
All right. Well, let's take a look here because there should be a CFJ section, or I'm sorry, page. Page 4. All right, there we go. Thank you. All right, so we're going to have to add a category and just give me the first name. I don't.
Axel, Your Honor.
Axel. AXEL.
Yes, Your Honor.
Copy that. So we'll put that down, son. I guess we'll put down how old, a month? Would you say?
He turned 8 months on the
Oh, okay. But all right, so whatever number you can put in there. Does he live locally?
Oh, yeah, he lives with us. Correct.
So we'll just say here, is that Cadillac?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, anything else, Mr. Hertel?
No, thank you.
Allocution then, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask the courts to grant my client the Home Youthful Training Act. I do believe that would be appropriate. He is very motivated to be a good, upstanding citizen, both for his son and for himself. He's been working on improving his mental health, as the court no doubt remembers from the allocution when he gives the factual basis. He in no way tried making an excuse, but the explanation was a bit of a crime of passion. In retrospect, he wishes he would have calmed down, taken a few breaths, did things differently. He does definitely not want to have a torn relationship in the fashion where the mother of his child will have bad relations and things like that. However, I do believe with the proper training, he can be an upstanding member of society. He wants to complete his GED. He's advised me that although he enjoys his current job, he's getting a better one in the near future at an RV shop where he's going to be upscaling but of the same skill set, cleaning larger vehicles, making a little bit more money, a little bit closer to home. He's advised me he's going to start volunteering at the Goodwill, getting some community service going in that fashion. And hopefully we can get the GPS tether off him as part of probation, but even if not, he has every desire to obey that as well. I'm really quite proud of him, Your Honor. I know he could have had things go way worse with the type of factual basis that went down. This could have easily, extra a few ounces of pressure, been much, much worse. And he's had a lot of time to think about that. And I want the court to know that he has definitely thought about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Carey? I'm sorry. I should have asked this question. Is there a victim impact statement intended? I don't see a victim impact coordinator here.
No.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Carey?
Well, Your Honor, I'm going to ask the court to follow the recommendation. I am just going to, and I was feeling good about it until the bond violation paperwork came in.
Oh, I'm sorry. We also had to set today for a show cause, right?
Correct.
That's why Ms. Mansky is here. I forgot.
Yeah, for unauthorized stops while on tether, and then his attitude toward being correction staff gives me some pause and hesitation on how well he's going to do on supervision. However, this is, I believe, his first adult criminal. It looked like his only
I think it's his only entry.
entry. So I'm gonna ask the court to follow the recommendation, but I would ask the court to make anger management part of that, because this was very dangerous behavior. And also his, the allegations in the bond violation would suggest that that's an issue, and also make, and I'm sure it already is, but working on his education, finishing his education as part of his probation as well.
Ms. Maskey is here. Ms. Maskey from the Community Corrections. Tell me about the allegation of the bond.
This specific one was that he was making unauthorized stops to get gas before work, which we had discussed many times prior to this violation being sent. And he got very frustrated over the phone.
And were there any other stops? Were they?
No, it was just to get gas, but we had talked about it.
You made lots, like 3, 4, 5.
I would have to go through and count. We told him that gas would never be denied. We would never
Yeah.
say that you can't get gas. We just need to know about it beforehand.
Right.
Um,
Okay. All right, sir, you have the right to make a statement. You may remain seated if you so choose. It's up to you. Is there anything you wish to add, sir?
The violation, like before I got violated, the day that I got violated and I stopped for gas, I called and left a voicemail because it was a Saturday and I woke up and had 60 miles and I wasn't there. So I ran right next door to my house to Wesco. Like I told them before I left my house, I said, hey, I'm running over to Wesco because it's right next door. I'm gonna get gas and then I'm gonna go to Cadillac and go to work and then I'll go home. And I've also like been told that I have to like make my schedule and plan my weeks out on Tuesdays. Not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. I got a hold of them to like plan my stuff out and they didn't get a hold of me that day. They got a hold of me Wednesday telling me that I had to get a hold of them on Tuesdays when I did. Corrections has just been jerking me around for the last 2 months. I've been trying to pay my stuff. I have lapsed payments on my tether. I've been trying to get community service. They denied me community service until this last time when I got mad on the phone because my manager asked me to buy him a Red Bull at the gas station next door. And he gave me $3.50, so I bought him a Red Bull, and the Red Bulls were 2 for $5, so I got myself a Red Bull because it was like $1. I did that, and then they denied me community service over and over again because I bought Red Bull. I didn't spend over $1.50 on it. My manager, he gave me money for it, and I just got it. It was on my receipt because I was when I went to the store and got it. Like it's been super irritating the last couple of months, but I finally got community service, and I just want to get my community service done, pay off my tether, and start getting my life back in order. Because community corrections makes it so much harder to do anything. Like it's just
What about the offense?
like
Do you have any statement to make regarding the offense?
if I could go back in time and redo that night, I would 100% do it. I would not go up to that apartment. I would just get in my car and go to Manistee. If I would have just left and not acknowledged the fact that he was up there, I wouldn't be right here right now. I would probably be at my new job, working, making more money, being able to see my child. Like I wouldn't have done anything that I've done. It would be so much better.
All right, thank you. Ms. Maskey, what about the community service stuff?
it wasn't denied. It was a discussion We were more or less saying that we can't respond to daily requests.
Right.
Therefore, the schedule needs to come on Tuesdays for the whole next week. And then we said that you're spending money daily at the gas station, but then can't pay us. So the community service request was that he actually worked at his current job for free and called it community service. We said that's not community service. So we set him up with Goodwill. To our knowledge, he has not done that.
All right, so let me explain something, Mr. Grossman. There are two people who work in that office. In just Wexford County, we have 300, on average, 350 felony cases charged and over 1,000 misdemeanors charged. And in Missaukee County, we have at least, and their office doesn't deal with the misdemeanor cases. We have at least 150 felony cases. So I've got two people who can do that job. They tell you to do something. I don't care what the excuse is. You don't do it. That's it. It's really that simple. They're not, that's okay. It's my turn to talk. They are not jerking you around. And by the way, the trying to work and not get paid and calling that community service. Wow. Do you think you're the first person to ever think of that one? It happens all the time. No. We're done. We're done as far as listening to you. You've had your opportunity to talk. I'll let you talk to both. It's now my turn. They tell you to do something, you do it. Because the other choice is if you don't want to comply, I put you in an orange jumpsuit and put you in a cell. The court hereby sentences the defendant as follows. The court places the defendant, and by the way, that discussion got you 6 more months of probation. So the court sentences you to 18 months of probation. The court will allow you HIDA. And I tell you, when they give you, the probation department gives you terms and conditions, I guarantee you, you want to comply. Now, the court adopts the terms and conditions for probation that are listed on CFJ 145, pages 2 and 3. I find that those terms and conditions are well suited for rehabilitative purposes. And if if that office is able to get you into an anger management program, which is one of the terms listed, specifically it's term number 5, then I hope that they're able to do so. Because what I'm seeing is some frustration here. And that you get frustrated even when those people over there, community corrections, are trying to do what I tell them to do. So when they tell you to do something, it's the same thing as me telling you. You imagine how many phone calls they get a day? Hey, can I ask this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Yeah. All right. The court assesses a $68 state minimum fee, $130 crime victims' right fund fee, a $300 court cost, a $500 fine, a $300 attorney fee, supervision fees of $30 a month or $60 a month if there's any electronic monitoring. The court, because I placed you on HYTA, you have to serve those full 18 months. You don't have a right to be considered for early release. Also, any failure to pay all the fines and costs off within 56 days will result in a 20% late fee filing. I don't need to go over any appellate rights since the conviction is not yet final. It will most likely become final if you fail to comply with Mr. Saladay's orders. All he's got to do is bring me one violation. I don't say that to be mean, and I can see the frustration on your face. I understand. And here's the benefit of being me. I feel bad for you for what happened and how you got in this situation. But for a young man who's getting a heck of a break, I would expect to see a little bit more than that face.
I live an hour away. it's kind of hard to keep gas in my car and do all this stuff. and
Listen to your attorney. He just told you to stop talking. If you want to interrupt me one more time, I'm going to wait here for about 20 seconds. We'll see if you want to do it. Because if you do, there's a gentleman over there in a brown uniform who will take you and put you into the hotel down the street. You get rid of that attitude, because you're talking back to me right now tells me that I should, everything your attorney did for you, you flushed it down the toilet with your attitude. Now get out of the courtroom. We're adjourned. We are